This is presumably it. Let's have a gander at the situation. This has not yet been revealed. Here's arguably my primary hero, Joseph, who has already visited the doctor's hut in the Standing Stone, so he doesn't need to go there anymore. What else? The resources over here will be picked up by Myreni soon enough, and he is on his way over here to gain experience, and then in short order afterwards to explore this region. Because for all I know, he might be able to get off this island, return to the mainland and help in attacking whatever city was supposed to be there, at which point we shall head north. It's the cute eye on a stalk. That's about as much as we can see over there. Have I seriously not attacked the Hydras yet? Was I just about to? Or is this an old save? I can't remember for the life of me. Let's pretend that's what... I've missed out on the sulfur over here? That's it's kind of pathetic. But then again, am I supposed to send out my primary hero to get some sulfur? And speaking of primary heroes, is there anything I can actually build? Anything I can get? Anything I'm striving towards? Yeah, I would love to get the Cloud Castle, but for that I need the gems, and for the gems, I'm going to either have to trade using copious marketplaces, copious I say, or a trading post, like the one, well, like the one nowhere to be found in the region. Although I may have overlooked one someplace. Or alternatively, I could always just get the gems off of the gem mine that I presumably have. Yeah, it's right here. Either way, let's pick up the silver. I was mostly wondering whether I can afford another hero over here to pick all of these things up and flag the mines and so on. I'm not sure it's the way to go. Alright, whatever. Let's attack the Hydras, get the experience. In hindsight, that might be a questionable decision, all things considered. I don't have the strongest army. Let's roll with it anyway. That's a lot of Hydras, what am I even thinking? Are her stats good enough? She's got 4 points of attack, so maybe, just maybe I'll manage. The RTL 5, so are the mages. Then again, this is horrifically out of whack. The only thing working in my favor, of course, is the fact that the Hydras are ludicrously slow. Down goes one. Oh boy. Let's attack him with the balls. Bald! And of course they're gonna counterattack everything. Damn it! Blocked off the golems, although they can attack from the north, I guess. If I want them to. 12 hit points left. I could attack these Hydras. 75. These are... There's about 20 of them, so they deal about 80 damage. Fine, slay one of these. Bam, one goes down. Finish the Hydra off. You deal with this one. It's not completely ludicrous, I guess. Though it's not gonna be a procedure that I can just perform with no casualties to be sustained. Alright, a single steel golem lost. Big whoop. It went better than expected. Diplomacy or the Eagle Eye? Both are kinda bad. Do I want her to learn spells? Via Eagle Eye, I would have to level this up all the way to Master, and then I would have to witness plenty of spells cast. But then again, Diplomacy essentially forces me to have a free slot so I can pick creatures up. It's not the most practical of choices, but it's better than Eagle Eye. Then again, what isn't? What isn't indeed? I have no idea where the lifts go. I'm not sure. I should try to find out. Could end very poorly. Oh boy, here comes a ship. Speaking of things that could end poorly, there's Carlone over here with a pathetic army. And then there's Ariel all the way over there. Ariel's from the green faction, and so is Carlone. Interesting, I haven't dealt with yellow yet. And here's green. Being a horrifying, menacing threat. Luck or diplomacy? Luck. Do I want one more point of attack, or do I want to head northwest and try to resolve issues? Fine, I guess I do want a point of attack. I aggro both of the stacks of units. So I'll presumably go into 2 fights. Of course, they'll target a Titan. It's not gonna go down. It's just going to soak all the damage. The halflings deal double damage. There's over 100 of them. They're gonna slay all of those rangers. And now I can finish these guys off with the balls. Glorious. Utterly pointless, but having the Titans is incredibly helpful because, of course, all those hit points replenish after... Oh no, you aggro only 1 stack. Fair enough. Didn't expect that. What exactly am I supposed to do about Carlone over here? Am I supposed to be prepared for her to disembark and attack me? I don't know. I don't like this. I wanted to retake South Mill, but at this point, I have my doubts. I'm gonna pick this up anyway. Logistics! We desperately need more movement points. This artifact for necromancers, it's gonna be dead weight. That's better than nothing, I guess. I am not paying for this. Generous offer. That's one way of putting it, I guess. The upgrade to the Ivory Tower requires the library. The library requires plenty of resources, including gems that I need for the Cloud Castle. I'm never gonna get Titans at this rate. Unless, of course, I actually get those marketplaces in various places. All trade. Yep, and trade, actually. Trading isn't the worst of options. Yeah, I can use the Cloud Castle. It's day 1, though, so there's no rush at this stage. No rush whatsoever. And I guess I can spend 5 gems to finally get that upgrade and get a better type of mage on my hands. What about the living dead? Am I trying to acquire the laboratories everywhere? Or anywhere, for that matter? Because I guess I could. I'd rather get the marketplaces, I guess. To be prepared to trade for gems, just out of sheer curiosity. This is the trading rate, this is the going rate for gems. I guess it's not that bad. If I desperately want to, I can get enough gems, say, tomorrow. I think that's Carlone. On her way to disembark. That's Carlone who has already disembarked. Let's recruit everything that I can. Hold on. I will be able to afford to recruit all those units, even if I upgrade them. Let's get these defending forces, set them up in some sensible formation. At least vaguely sensible. Get a warlock or a barbarian. 3 points of attack, 1 point of defense, all spell power and knowledge. I guess a barbarian wouldn't be half bad as a defending hero, even in this castle. Because she's got the right stats, the relevant stats, the stats that you need to be able to fend people off with units. And getting a spellbook isn't half bad anyway. Might as well have her here, have her defend. How about you, buddy? It's a ring. You find a small tree that closely resembles the great warlock Carnot with a ring around one of its twigs. Scraps of clothing and rotting leather lead you to suspect that it is Carnot, transformed. Since you can help him, you take the magic ring, which is what? Oh. Returns 2 extra spell points per turn. Helps him regen spell points. It's a shame he's only got a maximum of 90. But he could certainly use the regeneration for his lightning bolt spell. Coupled with mysticism, he'll be casting spells left and right. Well, quite literally, yeah. Attack the dwarves. I don't have time for this nonsense. I am not going to try to cast spells on the dwarves. That is an absolute and utter waste of time. I'm just gonna slay them the old-fashioned way. Down go the dwarves. I'll leave the mine to be flagged by my secondary hero. That's what she's here for. That's all she's here for. Jez is over here. Let the slaughter come. Hold on. How about a moat, a right turret? Nope, I got the upgrade to the ivory tower. Never mind any of that. I set myself up for this fate. And Carlon has decided to get on board the ship yet again. Intriguing. Yes, fascinating. Alright. Trade these guys, add everything else into the fold. 17. You upgrade this single mage. Give him expert training. There we go. Guess it's not a particularly extensive program, is it? You train them from mage to archmage in a single day. Apparently. Northwest. Oh, great, a signpost. And what is she supposed to do? What is Jess supposed to do? I guess she could pick things up. It's the best she can do. Visit the water wheel. Oh, a gem mine with gems that I could have had this entire time. Well, honestly don't know what to say at this juncture. No halflings left, unfortunately. Here's Carlon. Carlon has disembarked over there. Oh, the arena has not been visited. Well, that's cute. If I can get my hands on Carlon, that would be great. If she boards the ship, she's not gonna be able to flee in time. So does that. Alright, my mighty hero. Those who seek knowledge are welcome to the city of Kronos. Master of all time. I can't get through. Don't know the password. Well, passphrase. No, it's the password. So he is effectively stuck here with the necromancers. Oh, he hasn't visited the mercenary camp. Well, you've got all the time in the world, buddy. All the time in the world, because you're trapped over here in the desert. There's no way out. Or is there? Well, hypothetically, if I get a high enough level of the Mage Guild and get the Dimension Door spell, I'll just be able to hop on across. Now, presumably, at that point, I should not hop on across, because at that point, it'll be too dangerous, having spent all those turns on resources. But in principle, it's not impossible. Scouting on a basic. See the sights. Oh boy. Fine, fine. I have to send her back. Oh, look who's decided to get back on board. Well, you're not getting away from me that easily. Yeah, she's not getting away that easily, huh? Well, there's Ariel over there, and you'll have to chase after her too. So none of this is that easy, quite frankly. Alrighty, you don't even have the lightning bolt spell. So does that. Blessed be the halflings. Or should I just cast Steel Skin on the halflings? Yes. The defense is at 3 now. Let's bump it up a notch. It's at 8. That's quite an improvement. Should I block them from getting attacked by the... No. It's March Wolf. My mages! 2 to 3. 1 to 3. Slay the halflings. Is there a menace? No! Down goes a single Archmage. Well, at the very least, I get to handle the elves before they handle me. Manhandle, that is. And I should be able to slay the rocks before the hero manages to flee. Single Archmage perished for the Lightning Helm, which protects. The Seeing Eye Pendant, which protects me against the Blind Spell. Ha ha! Not gonna be the victim of that again. Mysticism or luck? Mysticism could come in handy, yes, could come in useful. Soon enough, very soon. Could get more defense over here, the Alchemist Slab, so on and so forth. I need to visit the arena, I need to deal with the Ogre. The whole shebang. And I'll get on with that momentarily. I'm significantly more worried about Joseph over here being trapped in the desert. Midst of silly... The yellow player has been vanquished. Oh, well, that's good to know, I guess. Huh. I guess green took over his cities. But now that means green is quite a menace. There's Ariel, arming herself. Need to act swiftly. Okay, I can just slay the Ogre Lords, then send my fourth hero over here to take care of the mine and the resources. And from that point on, I'll have giants, though not titans, notably. But I'll be on my way to eventually get titans. These guys unfortunately have been upgraded, so the movement speed is significant. They will not get to my halflings quite yet, but they'll get there soon. Fine. They're not immortal though, so let's just slay them. Down they go. No losses. I could just pick I couldn't pick it up. Never mind. Left goblins over here. That's cute. Fine. Head on over there. Pick up the resources. I just need 2 more gems to get the Cloud Castle. Which day is it? It's day 6. Alright, I can trade tomorrow. Get that wonderful Cloud Castle. And thus the giants. Which I will refuse to recruit for the longest time, instead waiting for the upgrade to the Cloud Castle, because upgrading giants to titans is atrociously expensive. And giants aren't that great. The biggest advantage of titans, after all, is the fact that they have a ranged attack. Which, of course, the giants sorely lack. Attack. Now you've got 6 points of attack, which is respectable. I respect it a great deal. So Ariel's over there. I have enough of an army to dispatch her, and I might as well head through here to get some more defense and to flag another mine. Let's go with that. Estates, all wisdom. Estates, let's get more gold every single passing turn. what do we get at the pyramid? Presumably you fight mummies? Will you search it? Fine, let's do it. Oh no, it's the living dead. Once I'm done with them, they're just gonna be the dead. My titans are doing just fine. 5 left, 7 here. 3 vampire lords. Zap him again! Tase him! Actually, tase these guys. 3 left. Oh, come on. No, my halflings! Yes, shank the mummies. I'm sure that'll work. I mean, it's working so far. Yeesh. I can't really get away. This is an unfortunate spot. Of course. Numbers have severely diminished. Could have cast Stone Skin on them. Wouldn't have helped that much though. Mass Slow would have helped, I guess. It's a bit too late for that. No, I guess it isn't. Hold on. Are they immune to curses? It would make sense for the mummies to be immune to curses. Fine, I'll just cast Stone Skin on the halflings. The mummies are an absolute menace. I regret doing this. It's mostly the defense on them. It's immense. Immense defense. Fine, let's keep on shanking them. I know they'll keep on counterattacking, but I don't have much of a choice at this point. I guess I don't desperately need to defend the Titans. They can handle themselves. I should instead try to save the halflings as much as I can. There we go. Over 50 halflings have been lost. Will this be worth it? I do gain experience, Eagle Eye or Scouting. These are not particularly good traits. I don't think they were worth such huge losses. Then again, if I am ultimately to use this guy as my primary hero, he's going to need a bigger army. Anyway. Fortunately, he's stuck over here. Fine, let's get him scouting. Ponifying the monsters, you decipher an ancient glyph on the wall, telling you the secret of the spell Hypnotize. It's a reasonably nice spell. Haven't really visited all too many pyramids in my time, so I wasn't sure what to expect. Alright, fine, let's flag this. Get those gems, and soon enough, with the help, get the upgrade that I need. Though obviously not this turn. Well, the fact that I got the Cloud Castle on day 7 is good enough. Nothing to recruit except for the giants. And predictably enough, I'm going to have to head for my castle, otherwise Ariel is going to take it off my hands. And it's day 1, so there's a decent chunk of stuff you can possibly get here. Do I immediately trade for gems? Hold on. I can and should pick the gems up instead. That's 12. How many do I need? 6. I can trade for that. What else do I need? Some ore, some lumber, some gold. Mostly, I think I should trade the sulfur for the most part. It's the most bountiful resource that I have that I don't particularly need. Right. Upgrade this, and I'm going to need 2 gems per Titan. Let's not overdo it. There we go. 4 Titans. Right on time. And what exactly am I supposed to do with Joseph? There's not much stuff to do. I mean, I can hypothetically, I don't know, ditch the balls and I could start recruiting the living dead, although my morale will just plummet dramatically. Or I could go for the Earth Elementals, and I think I will. They're obviously going to be better than the balls. Guess they're also an improvement over, you know, a single mage. Could go for the laboratories, although at this stage what I need for the laboratories are gems. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But once you get the laboratory, of course, you just pay gold for the Dracoliches. Instead of going via the road, maybe I should have used the teleporter. Whatever. Guys got plenty of time. Plenty of time to waste. He's trapped in the desert anyway. And what about Jazz? Can I send her anywhere? Might as well send her to the arena. Why not? If I have the opportunity... Those Titans are gonna die, aren't they? Or are they? Didn't even get a captain of it. Whoa! They do have plenty of hit points, though. Fine, let's focus on the elves. Now, this is not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Elves go down. No, of course I'm gonna do fine. Even though I don't have a hero associated with this army, I don't need one. Huh. Fancy that. Well, the centaurs go down. Just block? No, well... Fine. Just zap the dwarves into oblivion. The tower should be able to take care of... the druids. Well, this is unfortunate. I've lost a single Titan, but... I'm gonna prevail. Curious. Alright. Let's head on over here and add the Titan into my army, presumably instead of the balls. The standard procedure of trading a tier 2 unit for a tier 6 unit? No, it's not the standard procedure. The standard procedure would be to trade away a tier 1. However, I've chosen to retain the halflings. I had so many units left to recruit. I could have gotten everything else. My casualties could have therefore been higher, arguably. Nah, I don't think so. Presumably the AI would have focused exclusively on the Titans. Not bad. I could have gotten left and right turret. I don't particularly need them at this point. Not anymore. Right, so what do I do now? Do I go for South Mill? Doesn't sound like the worst of idea. I could defeat the wolves and the rangers. See what's through there. Heading back through here isn't that bad of an idea either. Yeah, there's plenty of good ideas. Or rather, plenty of bad ones. Fine, I'll get the halflings first. The numbers have been bumped up to 81. Fine, let's slay these guys and at least see what's through the lifts. I will need to focus the tiniest of bits on conquest, I guess. What on earth is happening over there? How many factions are there? Well, I could hypothetically just check the Thieves Guild if I have one anywhere. I see. There are 2 enemy factions. They have the highest number of castles, which shouldn't surprise anyone at this juncture. The necromancers are in red, and so far I'm mostly busy fighting against green. 16 earth elementals. Wonderful, glorious. Well, obviously except for the fact that I can't really use them, because, of course, my hero is stuck here. At least for now. Right, fine, let's clear this area out, see what we can see. Wish to pursue them? No. Anything else you can visit? Anything he can do? Yeah, as I've mentioned, I can hypothetically get all the mage guilds everywhere. Unless that's blocked off, which would be dastardly, but it, I guess, would also make a great deal of sense. Just prevent the 5th tier of the mage guild from being built in a given place. Bam, done, problem solved. Alright. Slay the wolves, get the experience, and the Mercury, yada yada yada. Magic arrow, I need better spells for her. Presumably I should upgrade the mage guild where I don't need dimension though. Huh. Fine. With a lot of spell power, even a low tier spell can be quite a threat. Down go the wolves. This stack goes to 1. Finish them off with the rocks. Oh, well, I'm not gonna... No. Let's not go too far on this. Can bash him with the golems. The titans get attacked, finish off the wolves, no losses. Wonderful, cute, brilliant. Diplomacy, all estates. Estates, giving the gold. Out of sheer curiosity, can we go back? Yes! We can go back! An unusual sentiment to be sure. But there is, apparently, some going back. A degree of going back is an offer. Alright, let's get the 3rd tier of the Mage Guild over here. Learn some more spells, buddy. Talk about saving compulsively. Well, I guess this might be the homeland of Green. In which case, I might as well venture back in there, attack Karlon, and take Green's castle. Wherever that might be. Well, for all I know, it might not be Green's homeland, it might be something Green has recently conquered. Ooh, Phoenixes against Titans. Magic arrow, that's not an elemental spell. I presume we should deal with the sprites, at least a bit. Die, Phoenixes. Down go the sprites. And of course, Karlon is brave enough to attack with 4 dwarves. I'm tempted to say that that's not quite bravery. Not in my eyes. It's folly. Alright. Plenty of stuff to pick up. Well, I shall not get bored over there. Speaking of balls, yeah. However, what I actually need is the red password. That's what I need. And discovering that is not going to be easy. As far as I can see. More gems, more crystals. Not going to happen anytime soon, quite likely, but I'll get them eventually. I'll get those further levels of the Mage Guild, and then hop, skip, and a jump, and I'll be right over there. As he has the summon boat spell. Do you have summon boat? You do not have summon boat. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? Oh, no, 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 not another boat. Oh. Here's Halon. Those boats are a menace. And there's absolutely nothing here. It's day 7. He's gonna get a fresh batch of reinforcements the very next day. Well then, what exactly am I supposed to do in these circumstances? I can't get back with any hero on time. I guess I'll have to retake the castle. What is the password? The password is artifact. It's very straightforward. Oh. Well, what am I supposed to do? Just constantly guard over here? No, there's no going back. I'm taking the castles over here. No, that might be a terrible decision, though. I presumably ought not to. Fine, I'm heading back. It's gonna take time, though. Do I recruit a hero? Fine, recruit Dawn. Give her the balls. Build the left turret for static defenses. And see what happens. For all we know, she might just hold. The odds aren't great, but it could work. Fingers crossed! Yeah, I think a couple of spells here and there. And as long as I met... No, because you have to take into account the rocks. And I can't even blind them. Right, magic arrow to the mages. They are a menace. Down they go. The balls go north to defend the halflings, so the rocks can't quite get to them. Halflings against enemy halflings. Down go all the enemy halflings. Excellent. And now... you dispel that. And defend? Do they have more attack or defense? 7-7. And the balls? 5 attack, 5 effectively defense. Fine, attack them. This is not gonna work. Magic arrow. The balls go down. Spell expires, the halflings die, and that's it. It's the week of the lizard, I do not control the city. If you get my titans, if you get your filthy hands on my wonderful titans, I'm gonna have a fit. It's right there. The green castle is right there. The castle of Kronos is right there, right across. Wow. So my little adventure to the north was largely pointless. I hypothetically could try to find the oh no, wait, no. It's not completely pointless because this is a pool of lava. You can't land here. So we see where the castle of Kronos is. We see where Farlian is. Right, so basically the only way to get to Kronos is to find the tent, obviously. To be able to get through here. And then we have to go through the desert. Guess this is not gonna end well. But we shall see. It's just a few Alchemagi. It's not the worst case scenario, certainly. All in all, this is rather straightforward, and the boat is right there, so if I want to board it, it's available. Classic disrupting ray. For those in it for the long haul. And as soon as I finish off the balls, we can cross. Not that that helps all that much. Fine, never mind. Let's finish off the Alchemagi at the very least, block them. Nothing matters anymore then. Target the balls. With the halflings, they all go down. Not the halflings, the balls obviously, no losses. Retaken the castle, mysticism of pathfinding. Pathfinding, please, will be going through treacherous swamps and other such hideous places. And now I'll head right back through the stone. Although, you know, hypothetically, I could just take Farlian after taking South Mill and then and only then actually head through the lifts. Wouldn't be half bad of an idea. Except, of course, for the fact that anyone can go through the lifts at any time. Well, then I guess I'd better hurry all that much more. Great, 2 more green heroes. And when I say green heroes, I do mean green heroes. Yep. They're thoroughly inexperienced and the armies are pathetic. And of course the good news about this is that green is not investing too much energy over here to the north. And is mostly focusing on that area I don't much care for. Wagon is empty. I'm kind of stuck here. Yeah. Jess has basically nowhere to go. She's a sitting duck. Next up, the siege of, what is this called? South Mill. I should have her learn some useful spells at some point in time. Oh, low morale on the dwarves, how unfortunate. Gets slain by giant rocks. As opposed to what, tiny rocks? South Mill is mine, what do we have here? Can you actually upgrade this? Can I upgrade this? No. Oh, you just have a marketplace over here, some halflings, and you can recruit some balls. And it teaches very basic spells. That's pathetic. I still need the alchemist lab, the extra defense, and so on and so forth. Yeah, whatever. First things first, we gotta slay these heroes, capture the city, and so on. I'm sorry, Jez, there's basically nothing I can do for you. Farewell. You know, I can and will just sidestep them and take the city. That's the way they want it. That's the way they'll have it. Mage Guild tier 4. What do we have here? Berserker and Meteor Shower. Great. Now for the big tier 5. Oh, right, they can go around. Never mind. Well, it doesn't matter, now does it? It's merely a minor setback. I'll take this castle. Slay them. They'll no longer be able to recruit over here. They'll have to move the base of operations, so to speak. Preventing heroes from being constantly recruited from a given spot. It's quite a meaningful bit of impact. I could have not attacked with the rocks over there. Does this make a meaningful difference? I don't know. These are not particularly great losses. Whatever. 2 rocks have been lost. The states of luck. Luck. Anything of note here? Anything? A couple of levels of the Mage Guild. Everything has been built up except for the shipyard, which is curious. No Cloud Castle, most notably. I should trade for gems and actually acquire one soon enough. And by soon enough, I mean right now. Now, of course, I still need the upgrade to the Cloud Castle, but at the very least, I've secured myself the ability to eventually get additional Titans out of this place. Which on its own is not without its merits. Let's proceed. Of course they're heading directly for my castle. Well, maybe not directly. They will also take the sweet time to actually take South Mill. However, this is largely an act of desperation. Should be able to manage. Earthquake. Pointless. Fireball? Fine. Down these guys go. Will you flee? You will flee. To Alchmagi have been lost. Fine, let's take South Mill. Taken. Next up, getting my hands on Sarakin. He's heading for my castle, so presumably I have to recruit some reinforcements over here. I can. Which notably, I can't. Here's a hero. Here are some balls for my hero. And a turret. We'll see how this goes. What about that 5th tier of the Mage Guild? Can't afford it because obviously I don't have the crystals or the gems. Classic. Alright, sorry, I can do your worst. Nine steel golems and 8 Alchmagi. It is enough, but other than that, I guess it's not much. Still, it is absolutely enough. Stones get on the balls. Hide. Oh boy. Well, obviously it's not gonna work. If only I had the blind spell or something. No, that wouldn't have helped either. It's just not enough stuff. Was I seriously that far? That's intriguing. Well, never mind. Reinforcements will be acquired here. It's mostly Alchmagi. Not that much has been gained. Well, you know, taken away from me. Fine, bless the Titans. Try to stay the Alchmagi. 6 go down, which is good enough for now. Mage on mage. Beam on beam, I presume. Okay, the rocks take down the Archmagi. Some rocks die to the golems. My golems will basically never make it across. Magi get lucky, more damage. Single rock has been lost. Mysticism or diplomacy? Mysticism. Alright, let's get those precious reinforcements. That apparently the AI is too impoverished to acquire. What else do I need? What else can I get? Nothing. How unfortunate. Green is a builder and so is red. That's why I was having such a great time. Alright, basically everything has been retaken except, well, maybe not everything. I still have this campfire over here, there's the crystal mine, and of course, notably, there's some more defense I can get here alongside so Mercury. Fine, I will go on over there. We'll handle that, and then and only then will I teleport through. In the meantime, Green will presumably annoy me to no end, but such is my fate, I guess. Such is life. Give me more resources. Just gold. Fair enough. Gold will do. In absence of anything better, I shall take that. Do I want to engage them? No. Will I engage them? No. Oh, swordsman. You know not what you are doing. Take a cold shower in the cold ray. Look at them go. Not a single Archmage shall perish. Down they all go, no losses. Get this. Experience. Mercury. Right, attack these guys, get the campfire, the stables, yada yada yada. Alright, that's enough crystals, which means I will be able to build the 50th of the Mage Guild, which I can build over here. And now this guy has just learned the spell of Dimension Door. Imagine that. Now this man is going to be teleporting everywhere. When he wants to take a piss, he's gonna teleport to the bathroom. He's not going to go anywhere on foot ever again for the rest of his life. No, seriously, what am I supposed to do at this point? I guess I could recruit some nomads to add to his army, because ultimately his forces are somewhat pitiful. And I've had a good look at Kronos. They've got lots of titans. I presumably ought not to engage that place with a single titan to my name. I don't have to. How many titans do I have? 9. That's not that many. But the general idea is I don't actually desperately have to insist on going through this little adventure. I could just deliver reinforcements via Myrrine all the way to this guy, whatever his name is, Joseph. Give him those units, and afterwards he can Dimension Door over and go to the Castle of Kronos directly. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. All I need to do is build up enough of a force for that to be worth my while. That's all I need to do. But will I actually be able to do that? Well, it's just a matter of getting enough titans, isn't it? And in order to get those titans in the first place, I need to be able to get those titans in the second place. But thankfully, that's perfectly viable. All I need to do is trade for some additional precious gems. And just like that, the upgrade Cloud Castle is mine, giving me access to a second Souls of Titans. As always, allowing me to tighten further my grip on this game. Let's also check out the nomads. I'm curious whether it makes any degree of sense whatsoever to actually recruit them. Gems! That's reasonably handy. That actually is handy, I don't forget picking that up. Go to the stables. We secure another source of crystals. Fine, we will flag that. I don't want to leave green anything. If I can avoid it, and I can avoid it. Fine, let's get this man nomads. Not sure what tier they are effectively. And in order to actually bring those reinforcements to my hero, I presumably ought to recruit another hero entirely. It's day 1, which means more titans. Oh, and I've ran out of gold recruiting nomads. Fancy that. Fancy that indeed. Fine. Each turn I receive a significant enough amount of gold to be able to counteract that, I guess. Still can't get all of them. I would have to trade my resources for gold, which usually isn't a good sign. But now it mostly means that there's so much on offer that I simply can't afford it all, which is not at all bad. Here's a reasonably tiny batch of reinforcements. Now Myrrine can hypothetically go and cause mayhem all the way to the north. I'm not gonna figure that this match is gonna suffice and just bring that to Joseph. That doesn't sound particularly wise. Though I am going to arm this man with Earth Elementals and Nomads. He's level 12 now. How about Myrrine? She's level 13. I guess in the end I should also pass the artifacts over to Joseph, if I really intend on using him as my primary hero. Which is a big if. Still can't recruit everything. But I'm getting there, slowly, but surely. Go through the lifts. Get a gold mine or something. That would help our cause significantly. First things first, head west. What do we have over here? Signpost. And here's Roxana, a reasonably powerful hero for the enemy faction. At least, you know, for those standards. Do you have all the mana you have all the mana you could possibly need. 30. The Kingly Wastes. Aw, she's fleeing, how cute. A cave? You notice there's no one there. Okay, you can recruit centaurs there. That looks rather unremarkable, but apparently that's a cave you can recruit centaurs from. And she did get 8 centaurs. Meaningless. Look at this. Pathfinding to be able to trudge through the snow effortlessly. Oh, and here's Big Oak. Not a city for my collection. Give me the Archmagi. The additional rocks. That'll add here instead of the balls. And 2 more steel golems. Nice, that's all the reinforcements on offer. There were so many nomads over here because I have not been recruiting them diligently enough. But now I basically have 50 of them? There's a force to be reckoned with, right? Although, considering all those necromancer castles, I presumably should have been going for Dracoliches. But I wasn't! Stubbornly, I've refused. Every step of the way. Let's go for Big Oak. We're taking this. Eliminating green and only then going for red. Down go all the phoenixes. Fine, earthquake. Didn't do much, did it? Oh, they get lucky on that shot. Doesn't matter. You have your luck. I have superior firepower. Just the dwarves remain, as ever. But not anymore. They get sapped out of existence. The red towers over here, I could get the Mage Guild tier 5. Possibly what? Learn Dimension Door? Why not? And it is Dimension and Chain Lightning. Fancy that. You know, for a wizard, Myrini's got a really paltry knowledge. Now, she's got 9 points of spell power, which is respectable, but 3 points of knowledge? Come on, she can hardly cast anything. At this point, she's got 9 spell points. Which is basically nothing. So the spells she casts are powerful, but also few and far between. Alright, let's head through this. You can return? So you're saying there's a chance? What? I have been misinformed. Well, I guess there's no point in lingering over there, now is there? Alright, fine. Well, first of all, let's retake this stupid mine. I've been acting on absolute misinformation for the longest time, but see, that's the problem with empirical observations. You make them, and you're operating under the assumption that past performance predicts future one. It doesn't have to. The fact that you try teleporting 3 times and it always lands you in the same place doesn't really necessarily mean that you're not gonna go all the way back the 5th time around or something. Could be luck, and surprisingly enough, it sometimes is. Oh dear. Well, anyway. I think I have a solid plan on how to deal with all of this. All I need to do is finally execute it. There's the Castle of Vertigo all the way over there with a few black dragons and Sandro with lots of black dragons. Why would I even bother? Now, presumably this is the region. This is the wonderful region where they finally... Oh yeah, because the Red Traveler's tent is all the way over there. Well, I guess you can teleport your way over here and then unlock this, but a much simpler solution is to just use Dimension Door, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna mess about. That's absolutely and utterly pointless. Well, I am messing about to a decent extent right now, am I not? Ugh. Well, whatever. I will clear out green. I will not insist on exterminating red. Is this the same place? This is the same place. It's just that I haven't gone through there yet. Okay, this is accessible, presumably, but mostly via Dimension Door from my perspective. And with 2 useful heroes on my hands, conquering this should be rather quick and painless. Chain lightning. No losses. No losses are the most acceptable of all losses. Right. Well, the moment I can recruit a sufficient number of titans, and eventually I will surpass this guy, since I have 2 castles to recruit titans off of and he's got 1. So it's pretty much arithmetically inevitable that I will have mauls soon enough. Soon as I get a high enough number, I'm going. But not before dealing with green, I guess. Here flies the phoenix, there goes the phoenix. Chain lightning again. Down you go. Satzel mysticism. You know, mysticism could come in handy considering her struggles, but yeah, so could estates considering my money problems. But then again, since I've recruited all of those nomads, I'm not gonna struggle anymore. Not on that front, I guess. Disrupting Ray. Everyone loves Disrupting Ray. Good old Disrupting Raymond. Right, head south, deal with Ariel. I don't have that many titans on this army, so I ought to take it easy. I also don't have all those precious artifacts. Do I just unblind these guys or blast everything with lightning bolt? Or I could use the hypnosis spell. No. Lightning bolt it is. And down goes the single titan. I presumably should unblind my precious... Never mind, they're no longer blind. And they are quite mighty, so they should be able to wreak havoc. They're not immortal. But once they get through those walls, they should be able to do a lot. However, I might have overestimated Joseph's might. He's got decent spell power. He's reasonably mighty, all in all, but at the same time, his army was pathetic, all things considered. He did not receive all those precious reinforcements, so that was a bit of an issue. However, once he gets to this castle, he presumably will be able to recruit plenty of phoenixes. No, 18 sprites is all he gets. Well, at the very least, he'll be able to regen his mana. Yes, and we can build a shipyard over here. That's wonderful. I'm going to hole up here. He absolutely should be able to survive whatever life throws at him. He's gonna do fine. I don't think I have to worry about much to the west, at least not now. All I have to worry about is Ariel. As soon as I take her out one way or another, it should be fine. She's gonna attack the castle. Will I actually manage to prevail? The earthquake spell is a bit of a menace. I can blind the phoenixes and then continue on blinding all those other units. But will I actually survive? There are too many ranged ones. Am I seriously trying to wait for static defenses to protect this guy? You know, instead of holding up over here, I could have just dimensioned out to safety. Lightning bolt the elves. That's good, that's good, that's great. Oh no. Who cares about the archers? They've killed 2 nomads though, that's good enough reason to care about them, I guess. This is not gonna go my way, by any stretch of the imagination. Fine, before I lose all of this. Oh, right, of course, I can't flee, I'm in a castle. And my surrender will be accepted for such a puny price? That's ludicrous. Then again, why not? Pretty much no one ever uses this mechanic anyway. There he is, he has managed to survive. There's his entire army, I've re-recruited him over here. Now I'll just slay Ariel over there. I will get Joseph better units. Before I try to throw him in the general direction of another foe. I could also, I could hypothetically just use Myrrine. Or, and I think that's gonna be wiser, I could just transfer all the artifacts from her to Joseph alongside the entire army. Although at this point she's got a high level, and with the notable exception of spell points, I think she's gonna do just fine, and presumably she's gonna do significantly better than Joseph ever possibly could. So I guess I'll finish off green, get the extra titans, and then head for red. That's about it. That's the entirety of the plan, for now. Not going to try to cast spells on the wolves. However, I can easily bless the titans. Dwarves attack the rocks, 2 rocks perish. Whatever. The Black Pearl, the Armored Gauntlet of Protection, the Golden Horseshoe, the Ammo Card. And the green player has been vanquished. There were no more heroes, there were no more castles. That's literally it. I'll get endless ammunition with the ammo card. This grants me luck, +1 defense, increases spell power and knowledge. Okay, all she needs to do is learn a couple of extra spells, I guess. Do they have extra spells over here for her to learn? There's the lightning bolt spell and blind, that's what she needs. Alright, I guess the smartest thing I can do at this juncture, aside from possibly just sending a secondary hero to flag all of this nonsense, is to just focus on recruiting all the titans in all the places where I can recruit them. It's just 6 more I can get right now. And then the real dispersed between my heroes. It's mostly the couple that Wilfrey has, and whatever Myrrine is clinging onto. Alright. So she'll get back to the mainland. Wilfrey is gonna hand her off what he's got. I'll recruit the remaining ones. shunt her off over here. I don't think she even needs to learn additional spells. Does she know Dimension Door at this point? Yes, she does. So as soon as she regens the mana, gets the army, gets on over there, receives reinforcements, etc., she's just gonna teleport through here and capture Kronos. That's something I'll leave for another time, so thanks for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.